Presentation of Read About It is made possible in part by a grant from Cox Communications of Oklahoma City, proud sponsor of this effort to promote reading, education, and literacy in our community. The following public service program is brought to you by the Metropolitan Library System. And now, Read About It with your host, B.J. Williams.
We have a wonderful show for you today. We'll be talking about the brand new Ronald J. Norick Downtown Library, which is going to open to the public on the 17th of August. With me first are Deborah Spindle, who is the manager of the new Downtown Library, Penny McCaleb, who is chairman of the Metropolitan Library Commission, and Donna Morris, who is executive director of the Metropolitan Library System. And Deborah, I'll bet you're kind of excited about this new library, aren't you?
We're very excited. We're a little bit scared to go from a one-floor building with 2 service desks to 2 floors with 5 service desks, but we're very excited about the services we'll be able to offer.
Mm-hmm. Now you're also expanding hours as well as floor space, aren't you?
Yes, we are. We'll be open every night until Monday through Thursday till 9, and then Sunday afternoons 1 to 6. And so we'll match the large regional libraries. Our hours will be the same.
Mm-hmm. Now, Donna, this is something that we've been thinking about for a few years, isn't it?
We've been working on this new building for almost 10 years. The election for MAPS, the MAPS projects, the library was included in that, and then the design development started after that time, and took a long time, and then there have been a few delays, but we're thrilled that it's finally here, and it's just a spectacular building, and the staff couldn't be prouder.
Mm-hmm. Penny, has the commission been looking forward to this as well?
We have been eagerly anticipating the opening of this library for as long as Donna has and the staff. As you know, BJ, more and more people use our libraries every year. They check out more books, they use more public access for internet services, and they attend more children's programs and adults programs. So this new library that's so fantastic with its expanded services will help us meet the needs of a growing community.
Mm-hmm. And that goes right back to you, Deborah. What kind of great programs have you got lined up for us?
Well, one of the first things that we're going to do is next month we'll be having the Oklahoma City Family Book Festival. Excuse me. Billy Letts will be here to be our Oklahoma author to talk about Honk and Holler and some of her other books. And then on Saturday, the 18th of September, we will have some children's authors here, and we'll be giving away books to the children. The Community Foundation has enabled us to do that and to have these authors in, and we really look forward to this being the first of many of these sorts of events.
Now, Donna, we have the 4th floor, which has some lovely meeting rooms and that sort of thing, and there is something about a consortium?
Yes, one of the elements of the library in the early planning stages was to offer a learning center environment, and so the building was designed on the 4th floor with 7 classrooms, and the Downtown College Consortium was just coming into existence at that time, and we began working with them in terms of being able to partner with them to offer space for some of their college classes. The Downtown College Consortium consists of Redlands Community College, Southern Nazarene University, nope, not Southern Nazarene. University of Central Oklahoma, Langston, Oklahoma City Community College, and one more.
I can't remember.
Anyway, there are 5 colleges that participate in that consortium, and they currently are offering classes in downtown, a lot of the working people downtown, but they also have a number of credit classes that they do through UCO and Oklahoma City Community College, and they have a large number of students, so they'll have a full-time presence on that 4th floor. Because of the space that we have up there, not only the classrooms, but then we have an auditorium that seats 138 people, and then we have a large events room that we'll be having a number of classes, lectures, and other kinds of programs. So the consortium will be offering classes on a regular basis, but we also are open to other colleges or universities that might want to venture into the downtown arena and offer some classes.
Mm-hmm. Now, Deborah, we have a wonderful new children's area. I know in the old library there was just this small, scrunched little space, and I take it that your children's librarians are looking forward to having hordes of kids to sit.
Yes, they are. And yes, we go from having a green square of carpet in the old building to having really 3 rooms for the children here. We have a wonderful programming room in the back where we will do story times and craft projects, and also do the family place programs. The middle room is for juniors. We have computers along the wall. And then the outer room is for younger children. Again, there are computers there. There's comfortable seating for parents, and there's also parenting resources. And we'll have a children's service desk here, which we've never been able to do. So there will be a children's librarian available at all times.
That sounds really neat.
We can hardly wait.
Right. Except for the moving in part.
We're still shuffling books.
Right. Okay. Well, Penny, what are some of the special features of the library?
Well, the most beautiful, of course, is the entrance, the beautiful 4-story atrium, which just is so incredible. When you approach the library and has a view of the 3rd and 4th floor balcony, the 138-seat auditorium, which is state-of-the-art technology that Donna mentioned. We have a pre-event room. We have what I think is a fantastic children's area, one of the prettiest I've seen, which features a castle and trees and a rainbow, so it's very child-friendly. We have this beautiful Oklahoma room, which is definitely a special feature. And then the Leaping Waters fountain that was generously donated by the Downtown Rotary is on the east side of the building. And we're hoping members of the community will come down to check out all these special features and check out some books while they're here.
And the children, we've already seen children running through the fountain, so I'm still waiting for the first adult to run through the fountain, but it looks like a lot of fun. So, and apparently the carpet is drip dry so the kids can run through the fountain.
That's
and then
right.
still get into the
We planned
kids.
this to be very user-friendly.
Right. So, well, now you mentioned that you've got twice as much space. Do you have twice as many computers? Is that one of the
We have at
things that we
least
do?
twice as many computers here. And in the old building, we really only had 3 internet computers that could be used for an hour and a half. And to tell you the truth, I don't know how many we have here in this building, but well over 3. There's at least 8 on the very first floor, and then there's some up here on second floor as well.
But people will still have to reserve time in advance and
Yes,
get
the same
scheduled.
guidelines will apply, but we'll have lots more places for them to be able to use the computer. And the other thing that we have here is we will have computers particularly for children and for young adults. So there will always be computers available for everyone.
And the kids can use it, sit at that beautiful purple desk.
Yes, their purple counter below the rainbow that they ask for. So,
Yeah, I think that that's really neat, that they really have their own place in the library. And as you said, that's something that's been lacking in
Right.
the other downtown library for many years, so they can really expand.
We also have a 18-person computer lab on the first floor, which we're going to be able to offer some specialized library program that would be unique to searching on the internet or how to use different software packages, and that's something new for us too.
So if you don't know anything about computers, you need to come down to the
That's
downtown
right.
library and we'll get you fixed up and tell you how you too can spend hours hunched over a computer.
That's right. That's right.
Now, are we planning, besides the computer things, are we planning adult programming?
yes, we are. I have an adult programmer, Darlene Browers, who has taken that project and just run with it. We have some film and book sessions in the planning stage to have films upstairs. We have some conversations with artists planned, maybe once a month or once every other month. We have several adult reading programs being planned, and we've been contacted by lots of groups, of course, and so we look forward to partnering with the Art Museum, for example, to have programs for downtowners.
Right. And Penny, now that is something that we've been excited about. The building that does have the auditorium, and what we've been trying to figure out what we call that pre-event room, reception room, function room, but that's something that we have been eagerly awaiting, isn't it?
It is, and we have other meeting rooms, very nice meeting rooms on the 4th floor as well, for people to use. Recently, the library commission met and revised our meeting room policies to encourage participation for groups and organizations, and we're hoping the community will take advantage of these state-of-the-art facilities.
Because we really want to be even more a part of the community than we are now. So, and speaking of part of that, we are sitting in what we're calling the Oklahoma Room. It's a beautiful room with mission-style furniture in it, and I noticed that there are a lot of books here. Would one of you care to speak to the kind of books we have here?
Well, we call this the Oklahoma Collection because it's for and about Oklahomans. And it actually goes this collection actually goes a little wider than that, because as you know, there's only been in Oklahoma since 1907, and there was activity in this area before that. But we have some really good maps and books that are about Oklahomans. We try to concentrate in our new materials on Oklahoma City, but we have a very good small collection here for Oklahoma history. And if that's an interest of yours, I would encourage you to come and look at what we have.
That we have comfortable reading chairs here, but we also have a number of work tables, so people could come and do research in this room.
Yes, and they could plug in their laptop here if they want to take their notes. And we also have a fairly good small photography collection of Oklahoma City, early Oklahoma City. So give us a call.
Okay, so you do need to make arrangements in advance to
This
visit
room
the
will be
Oklahoma room.
open Monday through Friday, 1 to 5, but we are always willing to come retrieve materials out of here for customers. And everything that is in this room is in our catalog, and so if you find something that you want to look at, we will be happy to retrieve it for you.
Now, I noticed that on the front of the building, up here on the second floor, you have a number of very small, are we calling them study rooms?
Yes.
I'm not quite sure the nomenclature yet. But
I'm not either, but study rooms is what I'm calling them as well. The Literacy Council is here also housed in this building, and they will be using some of those rooms for tutoring sessions, but they are available for almost anyone who wants to have a quiet space, a particularly quiet space, or maybe a study group from one of the college classes or high school classes would like to reserve that space. And they can accommodate from 3 to 5 or 6 people. And they would just need to call us and we can book space for them. And there's no charge for those rooms as long as it's not as long as it's used for study.
Okay. And there's a beautiful quiet reading room, the one that looks out over on the Civic Center, which I think it's worth it to come down and maybe reserve one of those study rooms to just sit and look at the courthouse across the way.
I agree.
The views are fabulous from all different parts in this building. Really pretty views of downtown Oklahoma City.
And we're going to have to remind people to look up from their books, their magazines, and,
That's right.
and videos. and
It
so
is
on.
wonderful. It's a
Donna can see the art museum Chihuly sculpture from her window.
Right.
Oh,
It's
neat.
very pretty.
So, well, you may have, after this program, you may have people calling up saying, can I come visit you? can I come wander into your office?
Well, we really hope that that's what happens, because we want this library to be a destination for people coming to downtown Oklahoma City. They'll come to the art museum, they'll go to the library, they'll go to the gardens, and so we're really looking forward to that change kind of in the way we offer services.
Yeah, because we are sort of the midpoint between
Right.
we have the Art Center on one side of us and the Myriad Gardens on the other. And even if you're not checking out a book, it's well worthwhile to come down here and check out the views, I think.
Definitely.
Of this gorgeous new library. So now we're going to be opening at noon on August the 17th.
That's correct.
Right. That's correct.
We'll be ready to check books in
Yes.
and check books out.
And actually, people can check books in here now. They can go through the drive-through on the west end of this building, and we're taking books in. We're just not checking them out yet.
But as one in the car.
as of noon on Tuesday, the 18th, we will be checking materials out.
Well, that sounds wonderful, and we're hoping. Now, are we going to have tours?
Yes.
So
Yes.
people can come down and go up to the circ desk and say, "I'd really like to see the whole building," and we can arrange something.
Yes, we can. We will have a variety of choices. Some of my staff's been working very hard on having some self-guided tours available. We will have tours available probably on Thursday and Saturday afternoons and on a regular basis. And then if a group wants to come and they'd like to call and make special arrangements, we'll be happy to do that with them.
Now, can they get all of this information on our website?
Yes.
Okay.
And we will have to help with the self-guided tour, we're going to have a brochure that will have maps of various locations on the floors.
And information about, for example, this special room, and
Right.
information about the Oklahoma images, which will be hung throughout the building and that sort of thing.
Well, that sounds great, and I want to thank all three of you for being with me today and telling us a little bit about the new downtown library, and we certainly hope that everybody does drop down after the grand opening on Tuesday.
Hi, I'm Donna Morris, Executive Director of your Metropolitan Library System. You know, experts tell us it's never too early to begin reading to a child. If you spend just 20 minutes a day reading to a child, you're not only building a bond that lasts a lifetime, but you're helping that child to prepare to learn how to read. Visit us at the Metropolitan Library System and let us help you select just the right books for you and your family. And be sure and visit our website at www.metrolibrary.org.
With me now are Sandra Johnson of the City of Oklahoma City and Don Beck of Beck & Associates. And Sandra, I would imagine that the city is pretty excited about finally completing maps.
Yes, we are very excited. We started the library in September of 2000. Of course, they don't normally take this long to build. We've had a few hiccups, but we're absolutely excited that it's finally finished and going to be opening very soon.
In fact, the opening will be on Tuesday at 11, and everybody's invited, aren't they?
Everybody's invited, and we are, like I said, all excited that it's finally happening. We've been looking forward to it for a very long time.
Now, the construction started in 2000, but I'm assuming that Don Beck was working on this a little bit before that?
We were selected as the architect in 1996, so it's been kind of a career project.
Now, what did you think about when you were told design a library? What were your considerations when you sat down to create this building?
Well, the first and always the most important consideration is making sure it's functional, it meets the needs of the users, but most importantly, the staff and users combined. So the approach here was to design from the inside out, around the needs of the library, around the needs of the citizens, and that became the driving factor for the design.
So you spent a lot of time talking with librarians?
Yes, many, many meetings, probably hundreds of meetings and thousands of hours with staff, with users. And one very particular and exciting meeting was when we had in designing the children's library, where we brought in nearly 100 young children who currently use the existing library, and they participated in a design charrette or a design workshop in putting down ideas on what they'd like to see in the library. And a lot of those were incorporated into the children's library on first floor.
Now, there was a lot of talk, as I recall, about where exactly were we going to put the library. So that was also something that figured into it. But the city had a lot to say about that, because it is the city and the MAPS project that actually funded and has overseen the construction of the library.
That's right. The original site was on top of the garage, and of course that didn't work out for us, so we ended up in this site, and it's worked out very well for us. We're very pleased with this site.
Now, I have noticed when I wander around the building that we have lovely views out these windows. We can see the courthouse and the Civic Center. Was that something that you were thinking about when you made this design?
Yes, it was a very important issue with the staff, because in their current building, a lot of the staff and administration is in the basement. No windows, no daylight, no views. And so with this building in this site, it's a long, narrow site, which typically is not an ideal library site because it's very long and narrow. But because of the configuration and the wonderful downtown architecture, the views north to the courthouse, City Hall, we were able to try to frame those views with this interior atrium in a way to let in, daylight into the space, but also to give views from anywhere within the building.
Now we have some what we call B-roll, which is views that we took earlier, and the exterior one is of what seems to be a very sleek and modern building. Now, was that a decision that you made, or was this something that was developed jointly by a number of people?
Well, first of all, the entire design was not any one person. It really was a team effort between Lee Bronner, who wrote the program, Donna Morris, Deborah Spindle, the staff, Sandra Johnson, people in our office, interior designers. So it really, truly was a team effort, not any one person. But one of the big issues with the site and the exterior design, I did not want to crowd the building to the curb by pushing the limits of the building like within 10 feet of the curb. So that's what really drove the urban plaza, or the exterior plaza at the grade level, where we recessed the building in from this site, so that when the building is locked up after hours, a large part of the ground level site can be used as an outdoor, kind of a people plaza for outdoor functions, so that we're creating sort of a downtown urban architecture.
Well, now, did the city participate a great deal in this planning? Was this one of the things that you were interested in having happen?
The planning of the location, yes, we did. This, as Don said, it's a long and narrow site, so we had lots of challenges working on such a tight site. But we looked at it being a very central location to make it more accessible for the user. So yeah, we did participate in the selection of the location.
Well, I know one thing that a lot of our people are going to say is, thank heavens there's more parking, and it's very close, because that was always a major drawback to coming to the downtown library. And now, although there isn't a parking lot right out in front of us, there's lots of on-street parking for anybody to come down that they want as well.
And then we have the parking garage to the south.
Right, and that's very convenient as well, to just hop in there and just walk around to the front of it. Now, what about the Oklahoma room, Don? This is you feel that it is different from the rest of the library when you walk in here. There's the use of dark wood as well as light, and you have beautiful ceiling treatments here as well.
The thinking behind this room, it is a special collections room, and people will spend a lot of time here, so we wanted an environment that felt more residential, more at home, more like a living room. And that's why there's a lot of use of wood and different lighting. There's a lot of indirect lighting used in this space, which cuts down on glare, and it helps for researchers who are spending a lot of time in this room. So it was really a little different approach, different from the rest of the building. And so since there's a lot of historic books and reference material in here, we kind of went back to more of a period architecture for this one room.
Now, I know the fourth floor was also designed for needs other than specifically those of a library. Although we do programming and so on, this was something that, and I'm going to have to read the list here, because this was part of the importance of including this in maps, was to have this college consortium, which consists of the Oklahoma City Community College, the University of Central Oklahoma, OSU at Oklahoma City, Redlands, and Rose State. Now, this was something that the city also wanted very much to see happen in this facility, wasn't it?
Yes, joint use of the facility, and I think the design of the fourth floor is very accommodating to that.
So you kind of had to put a schoolroom on top of a library, didn't you?
I guess you could say that. It's really three buildings under one roof, because you have 2 floors of traditional library spaces. The 3rd floor, which is all administration, which has a lot of office functions, as well as their technology department. And then 4th floor is really college university environment.
With a gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous auditorium up there, which I understand is state of the art. And I don't understand any of that. I just, magic. There's lots of magic going on there. But that's a beautiful little room as well. I was intrigued that you were able to carry that same design, though, all the way through, even in the auditorium.
And that's one thing we're really pleased about the project from the inside out. We wanted to really read as one complete architectural thought, so that the interior and exterior look like they belong to each other, that they're really not divorced. And so a lot of time and attention was spent to the detailing of that to accomplish that.
Now, the children's area, we've got just a brief amount of time. You've already mentioned that you had a lot of kids in here. You said 100?
There was nearly 100 children who participated in the design.
And you walked into the room with all of those kids, huh?
Well, we had a lot of defense. Deborah Spindle and the children's librarian were all there to defend us, so we weren't just kind of gobbled up by all these kids, but it was really a lot of fun because they wanted ice cream machines, waterfalls, a McDonald's.
Which we hasten to say are not in the children's area.
But the ideas for the yellow brick road and the forest and the tree houses, those were incorporated. So really the children participated in that design. And then afterwards we reviewed a lot of the design ideas with the children and to find out, really what's feasible and what's functional, what could work, and just as importantly, what wouldn't work and why. So they really kind of participated as a design architect of their own space.
And I think it shows. So I want to thank you both very much for being with me today, talking about the new Ronald J. Norick Downtown Library.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks.
I know it is wet, and the sun is not sunny.
Hi, my name is Jose Jimenez of your Metropolitan Library Commission. Most experts tell us that if you just spend 20 minutes a day reading to your child, you're not only building a bond that lasts a lifetime, but you're also preparing that child to learn how to read. Check with the experts at your Metropolitan Library for suggestions on just the right books for you and your family. And visit us at our website at www.metrolibrary.org.
That's a lovely shot of the interior view of the atrium of the new Ronald J. Norick Library. But we left somebody out when we were talking about what we had planned here, and Doug Benton is here to tell us about something for our teens, isn't it?
Yeah, we didn't have room in the old library for a special area for teens, but we do now. Kim Edwards, who comes on the show and talks with me about pop music CDs on occasion, is the teen specialist here. So we have a special area set up with books that are of primary interest for teens, and so when they come down here to do that dreaded research paper, they can pick up some stuff just for fun too.
Now, are we going to have programs for teens as well?
Yes, Kim's working on that now. In fact, she's would like to start maybe a teen movie club. And so she and I have been talking about that some.
That's my cue to say you need to keep checking us out on the web at www.metrolibrary.org to find out what's coming up at the new Ronald J. Norick Downtown Library.